Welcome back to a new episode of Tech This Week. My name is Apulak. I hope all of you will be doing well. So, in today's Tech This Week, I want to talk about something that goes beyond the world of technology. I know we usually speak about technology. However, I think it's important that we touch upon this area because it intersects us in so many ways. And it's an important area that I'm about to speak. I'm sure you'll resonate with this. And that's the area of safety. I'm not going to talk about why is safety important, but I think because let's face it, because if we really believe it wasn't, we wouldn't have been here where we are today, right? Instead, actually, I want to focus on a deeper question. As India climbs the global ladder, moving from say a developing economy to one of the world's most powerful economies, right? Shouldn't our quality of life, uh, grow in parallel? And more importantly, uh, yes, we are a company which deals about technology. Does technology really play the role of a savior in solving our country's safety issues, or is just a comforting illusion that we create? Right. So, but before we find out the answers, let me, you know, first set the context of the topic in hand. I'm sure we all agree that I think safety is a fundamental right. Yeah. But in India, unfortunately, for many, and I'm not gloating, and I say this with a certain sense of shame, it's still a luxury. We're talking about, we talk about India's GDP growth, technology, resilience, global influence, etc. But the real question that still remains unanswered is, are we truly evolving as a society? And just think about it. We talk about smart cities, but what's smart about the city where people are afraid to walk at home in the night? Is the promise of Digital India real, if it does not translate into a safer India? Have you ever thought of this? Spend so much hours, money into talking about the future of, 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 of nations, of cities, of the world in large. And for a country like ours, if a smart city does not equate into a safe city, what are we really talking about? Because for if you think of it, for world's most developed nations like you know, Japan, say many of the Scandinavian countries, Germany, many European countries are also there. Safety is at the core of the quality of life. It is literally non-negotiable. Yet in India, despite of so many advancements that we see, safety and especially I'm calling it out, safety for women and children remains a massive challenge. So here's the real question: why does a safety, why does safety in a country of 1.4 billion still feel so elusive, right? One big reason is the number itself. I agree, you know, uh, we are a big nation and our problems are also big. So, how we see safety, say, in a small country like Singapore or United Arab Emirates or many of the Scandinavian countries, their problems and our problems are very, very different. But somewhere, uh, let's not use that excuse. Because somewhere, don't you feel we've become desensitized to the problems around safety? Every time a crime or incident happens, there's an uproar for a few days. But then we move on. We've learned to live with a reality that should not be acceptable. Again, not that I want to would like to remind us of, but it is important. Just see what happened in 2025. There was so much uproar around the entire case. Parks active protest, there were legal changes we promised, and reform was at on the anvil. But here we are years later, still asking the same question. There's one and several numerous cases of brutality doled out to women and children in particular. Right? So yes, like I said, uh, it is things really haven't changed as we would have liked them to be. But one of the issues really is about in the scale. But it's also just not about fixing, isolated issues. It's about fixing an entire system across the nation. And that, in my opinion, is no small task. The smaller nations, like I said, can implement safety more easily because they are dealing with fewer complexities. But replicating the success for a country like ours with vast diversity, size, and cultural differences is a different challenge altogether. But here's the thing, uh, like I said a few minutes back, that should not be an excuse for which we don't deal with the issue. If anything, it's a reason to innovate faster and smarter. After all, nothing changes until there is real incentive to push for change. So, I'll agree. I'm no safety expert, but as someone who tries to understand things from a technology perspective, my mind naturally drifts towards this question: can technology have an you know answer to solve the multiple problems that we face around safety? Right. So today, India boasts of high-tech safety measures like AI-driven face recognition, a CCTV network spanning multiple cities, emergency apps. So the question is it enough? Take the city that I live in. Let's talk about Delhi. It's one of the most heavily monitored cities in the world, with nearly 250,000 CCTV cameras installed across the capital. Yet, crime rates remain alarmingly high. The tech is there, but are the results showing? I don't know. And let's not forget the emergency apps that are designed to alert authorities in real time. They are there, but is any action taken? Is it effective? Again, not so sure. So these innovations, yes, are commendable, but again, we have to ask how well are they integrated into our day-to-day safety protocols, and how many people actually use them? Just think of it. Can you look at your own phone and all say you've installed a emergency safety app and God forbid ever needed to use it and actually use it? Probably not. So I'm not here to dig in technology or the solution it brings to the table. In fact, I'm a firm believer that the power technology can help you in driving change. But here's what I'm trying to say. Technology isn't a magic wand that can solve everything of its own. I think the reason we're faltering is when it comes to safety is by viewing it as a standalone issue, which actually is not the case. Safety is an integral part of the broader concept of quality of life, and there's no single solution to it. Yes, technology can enhance safety, but alone can't fix safety. And that's where the real conversation should actually shift toward. How do we use technology as a tool and not as a crutch? We can roll out the best, facial recognition system, flood our city with CCTV cameras, and launch 100 emergency apps. But without a cultural shift, none of this will matter. Think about it. What good is an AI-enabled camera if people ignore traffic rules or harass others in broad daylight, knowing there's little consequence? When we look at countries like, and I gave this example, like Singapore or Dubai, they didn't achieve safe societies simply through punishment or deterrence. Yes, that was very effective, but it also took years of building a society mindset where safety measures became second nature. Not because people feared consequences, they did in the beginning, but eventually it became part of the culture. This is where India must focus. Not just on deterrence, yes, very important to put them in practice, otherwise nothing will happen, in my view, but also on embedding safety into a cultural mindset and a civic behavior. Today we see wearing seatbelts or helmets, but this wasn't the case a decade ago. It shows real change is possible. We need to cultivate a mindset, where safety isn't someone else's problem. It's everyone's responsibility. But then, as I conclude, the real question that we need to ask ourselves is: are our governments and institutions ready to make a safety priority beyond mere enforcement? If they are, then technology, yes, can truly enhance safety measures and amplify their impact. Otherwise, we're just throwing gadgets at problems that require human solutions. Because in the end, real progress isn't measured by the number of apps we download or cameras we install. It's measured by whether we create a society where everybody can truly be safe, respected, and protected. That's it from my end, friends. Hope to hear from you on a very important topic. Have a great weekend. Bye.